Joel Patterson is a workplace culture expert, and he heads up the Vested Group, which is a firm that's actually on the best places to work list again and again and again. So it's a real pleasure to welcome Joel to the LaMarca Law Group Newsmakers Line. Joel, thanks for joining me. Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff. How you doing?
I am doing great, Joel. So this is something that employers really had to adjust very quickly to, the feelings of isolation among their employees. How have they adjusted to it? What are some of the things they've been doing to continue to keep morale high?
Yeah, what you were saying earlier about nobody really being prepared for this is spot on. And I don't think anybody really has the perfect answers yet. And we're all just kind of doing the best that we can, just knowing that we'll find them eventually. But the important thing right now is to really put the effort in and demonstrate to your people that you're going to do whatever it takes to keep them engaged and to try to prevent as much of that isolation feeling or that isolated feeling that they might be experiencing right now. A couple things that work really well is really just basic communication activities, in both directions, making sure that you're reaching out to them consistently. For example, we have a bi-weekly survey that we send out that we call it the ESP. It's the emotional set point. And it's really, where are you on a 1 to 10 scale? And we send that out every 2 weeks. And this is how we really came to realize that this isolation thing is real. Because what we were hearing back from people is not as much nowadays about just what's going on with the office and health. Now it's coming down to what are they going to do when they go back to the office, however much they go back to the office, about their kids, their home, their pets, at-risk parents. And the last thing that we want to do is create additional stress or hardship for them. So again, it's just having a communication channel that's easy and consistent for them to interact with.
So, Joel, what thought that answer inspires in me is this. When we go back to the office, will this continue to be, I just think that this hasn't been an emphasis before in many offices, just how your employees are doing. Will this continue to be the culture in the office of doing a little bit more checking on just how people are doing?
There's no doubt. And people that don't get the message and do something like that, they're going to be out of business. I mean, I think that there's a lot changing in the world right now. It's pretty clear. And if you're not able to keep tabs on how your people are doing, and not just because you told them to do something, right? It's got to be more interactive than that. You've got to check in with them more often. One thing that we've changed during COVID time is I'm doing a weekly video to all of our employees, and I've gotten really good feedback on that. It's just a 5 or 10 minute video, but even just that helps them feel connected. Doing things that are kind of fun. You probably heard already that people are doing happy hours. We're doing virtual step challenges. We do, and finding ways to just personalize, kind of see in the background of what's going on in people's lives when their kids walk through the screen. That's not a bad thing. I'll give you a quick example. We had a guy, a developer here, who is kind of the stereotypical developer type, and a bit of an introvert. And on the call one day, a bunny rabbit bounced by, which that's kind of unique anyway. But nobody knew he had a rabbit, and so just that kind of personal knowledge now of who this guy really is, it makes a difference for everyone. And continuing to do those kind of things will be important.
One thing I've noticed, Joel, being away from the office, of course, I work at an iHeart office, and, I'm with my people, and I love them, and we all feel like we're pushing in one direction. We call it a company culture, and we're all on this team. We're proud of our team. We're moving forward. Has that suffered with everybody being separated like this?
It has, but I also think that creates opportunity. One of the things that I worry about personally is, our organization is always focused on culture. You mentioned earlier that we've been on Best Places to Work for quite a few years, and we take that very seriously. And the way that we do that is we invest, right? You got to be active and intentional about how you invest in your culture. And, it's just something that never ends. And you've just got to continue to make sure that you're doing all those basic kind of blocking and tackling things in order to drive that culture forward.
Joel, do you think one of the challenges for employers is as they welcome employees back, they're going to find that some of them really liked working from home. Some of them actually, now that they've got a taste of it, really preferred working at the office. Do you actually think that employers will start thinking about having a mix of how people work for an employer?
Yeah, definitely. We're doing that as well. I think we're going to move. 6 months ago, we were almost anti-work from home because we believed that in order to engage and invest in our culture, we needed everybody in the same building. We're in Dallas, and we all work in the same building. And through this experience, seeing the technology hold up, seeing how people have continued to interact with one another, how they desire keeping that connection with one another, it's important. But there's no doubt there's also the flip side. They like not having to get in traffic every single day. They've gotten into a good routine of getting their work done effectively and efficiently, and that's going to continue. So we're probably looking at a 2 or 3 day a week work from home optional situation for people that want to take advantage of it.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how employers manage that going forward. Joel Patterson is a workplace culture expert, and he heads up the Vested Group. That's a firm that's always on the best places to work list. It was a real pleasure getting a chance to talk to him today. Joel, thanks very much for taking the time. Best wishes to you. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you, Jeff.